We as a society value money above all things, in my opinion, which I think is very relevant to this week's topic, which is, should university be free? And I think it definitely should be. Um, but before we look at whether it should be free, we have to look at who we're paying for and the basic human needs for the 21st century. In America, people don't really think about whether basic human needs are being fulfilled. Food, water, oil, gas, lumber, doctors, clothing, basic human needs. The only things we really look at are income, which pays for our basic human needs, politics, which we have political advisors, and doctors, which are still basically trained and are local. So first, I definitely think we should pay for the education of political advisors, the people who represent us as a country. Also doctors and veterinarians, lawyers, the basic things. Teachers, the basic things, which are what we need in this society. But I think we do need to look at why we're paying for university education. A lot of people can't do much with their degrees right now. Both of my parents didn't go to college. They took a few courses, but then they just moved on with their profession, and they're perfectly fine. However, some things require university training, and for example, as long as we require doctors to graduate from university, we should be paying for that university. If not, people will stop, doctors will stop going to college, and people will go to doctors illegally. That's just how it works. And, I'm an actor, and I provide, artistic fulfillment and entertainment to people. And, so should the government be paying for my education? I don't fulfill any basic need, but at the same time, how much do we value entertainment now? We value it a lot. So would people prefer paying for my education than they would for, say, an insurance salesman? Which, we need insurance, but we can live without it. We just have drastic financial insecurities without insurance, But, people seem to value actors and entertainment and, the Hollywood media a whole lot more than they seem to value basic everyday needs. I often, I go to eat something and I think, where does this food come from? Where has this food been shipped from? But I live in a cattle country. I live in a very small town. And, my neighbors, have horses just sitting in their backyard, So I know where my food comes from. I can go to the county fair and buy a whole cow, and I'd be set, so I would know where my food comes from. So I could be fulfilling my own basic needs. And you have the option to do that around here, which is cool. But then if you live, in a very populated area, in the city, you don't necessarily know where any of your food comes from. You don't know where your clothing comes from. And that's kind of sad. The US relies on importation from other countries. We rely on other countries for so much of our stuff. So I think that people should definitely stop having their heads up their asses and think about what they're paying for. If we don't pay for our people, for the citizens of the United States to get an education, what are we paying for? We're paying for other countries not to be educated and paying them to do our own dirty work, which is sort of despicable. However, if we pay for the education of the people of the United States, we have educated people, we have happy people, we have interested people, we have intelligent people, we have capable people, and we have people who are more responsible for our own country, and we'd be more able to take care of ourselves, which I think is altogether good. So I definitely think that the government should be paying for education. That's it. Bye!